Greg from Concord 9th. We're going to break from routine a little bit, and I'm going to actually do the video today instead of Angie, who normally does a wonderful job at these. And this video is actually going to be mainly instructional because we're going to be showcasing teaching you how to use our new Hugs card die set. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the die itself. It comes as a two-piece die set, and it's connected at 2 points that you'll just need to cut with wire snips to release it from each other. And then it actually has two halves, and you're going to have to read it backwards because it's the die, but it forms the word hugs, and it's going to create a card that it's a card base that has the word hugs, and it interlocks in the middle of the word and opens in the middle to create an opening here where you can stamp and do all sorts of things to create fun cards that are centered around the word hugs. And in a minute I'll show you some samples that have been created using this die set and a coordinating stamp set to go with it. So without further ado, I'm going to actually show you how to cut out a card base, and it's a lot more simple than you think, so stay with me as I go through this. There's actually only two measurements the whole time that you're creating this card base. And the first measurement that you need to do is just take a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock and cut it at 5.5 inches tall. That's the height of a standard card size, and what will work with this die set. So that's your first measurement. And once you've done that, you're going to actually just take a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, which I'm sure all of you have lying around. If not, you can grab a sheet of just computer paper, some copy paper, and you can see what I'm doing now is I'm just aligning it with the top of the paper. And the whole point of this piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock is to help you align your cutting blades perfectly straight up and down, and also creating the spacing you need to create the card base. Then what you're going to do once you have that aligned is you're going to take either one of your dies. I'll start with the GS, and you're going to put it on this side of your card base, and you're going to use that the edge of that 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock to align your die. And you can see that my blade that runs up and down on that die is engaged against the piece of white 8.5 by 11 cardstock here. And once it's butted up to the edge of that, I'm actually going to take a sticky note. A lot of people also like to use this post-it tape, which is great. But I'm grabbing a sticky note because it's easier for me to grab with one hand, because I need to keep this in place with my other free hand. And then you're just going to secure that down. And then you're going to do the same thing over here on the other side with your HU. And the most important thing is, and I'm cutting it really close, but the most important thing that you need to do is make sure that your die completely is cleared on that paper, so that your HU and your GS for hugs is left behind, and that none of that is missing. And so then you're going to take your sticky note and keep it nice and secure down there. And you can see I have very similar spacing from top to bottom. You want to just eyeball that and keep it close. There's a little tolerance in there for you to have that just slightly off. Then you can remove that 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and you can see that your dies are running perfectly up and down, and you're ready to run it through your big shot. And just for the sake of time in the video, I'm not going to run it through, but you would run it through as you would any other die. I use the extended multi-purpose platform from Sizzix, and that just allowed me to be able to run everything through in one pass. If you only have a standard platform, you don't need to worry. You can run one side through, cut that, run the other side through and cut that, and you're good to go. It just requires you doing 2 passes. And once you've die cut that, you're left with a piece of paper that looks just like this. It has 5.5 inches high and 8.5 inches across on the rectangle piece. And then you have your HU and your GS. And you can see right here, there's a little notch on the G and a little notch on the bottom of the U, and that's actually going to be where the interlocking function occurs in your card base. So this is now where the second measurement will come into play. So remember, the first measurement was measuring your 5.5 inch piece of paper. Let me grab my my trimmer. This is your second and final measurement in making this card base. You're going to take, I'm going to go on my side that has HU, and I'm going to align that straight cut from top to bottom at 2 1/8 inch, and then I'm just going to give it a score. And that's your second measurement, and you're done. You don't need anything else to measure. And then you're just going to fold that. And I'm going to use a bone folder to give it a nice crisp score. And then flip that over so you can see you have one of your folds already done. And then to easily create that other crease, you're going to now interlock the U and the G. And then you want to just with a careful eye, make sure that your top and bottom are aligned, and then you just slowly lower that until everything is nicely aligned from top to bottom, and then you're going to actually create that other score line, and that's it. Your card base is done. And it obviously took me a little bit longer than it normally would because I'm explaining step by step what to do. But really, once you've done this one time, it is super easy to replicate this over and over. And we're excited to see how many uses you'll have for this die set. We just love the word hugs. There's so many uses for it, so many times that you would send a card with the sentiment hugs on there. And so before I go, I do want to show you real quickly. This is our coordinating stamp set, and these are both part of our May 2016 product release. But this whole stamp set is centered around the sentiment hugs, and I'll show you 2 cards real quick that we created using this. So this first one, we just used the stamp sending and your way with the word hugs in the middle, and we actually die cut twice and overlaid with this glitter paper. So sending hugs your way, real simple card. And then this other one, again using the coordinating stamp set, we're kind of playing on the whole theme of citrus here, and you can see we did lemons, limes, and oranges, kind of almost in a gradient ombre effect. But and then I'll open the card here actually to reveal what's inside. But we have a sentiment here in the stamp set that says, "Consider yourself freshly squeezed." So again, playing on the word hugs and giving somebody a squeeze. So real fun, and it's going to be sold as a bundle, and we're just really excited again to see what everybody creates with this fun set. And be sure to follow us on all of our social media channels, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We also have a blog on our website. And be sure to also check out our shop to see more samples that have been created using the Hugs card die along with our Hugs stamp set. Hopefully you were able to learn something today and were inspired to go out and use the Hugs card die, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.